Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talking All Elite. From broken bones to surprise debuts, today I will be presenting my personal top 10 most shocking moments of 2020. While this list is subjective and almost impossible to rank, I found myself enjoying All Elite Wrestling throughout the whole year of 2020, no matter how crazy it was. So please leave a comment below if you have a personal top 10 most shocking moments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and push that like button because it really helps a lot. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 10, Cody's Steel Cage Moonsault. So from Jimmy Snuka to Chris Jericho and the Hardy Boys, how could AEW make the very first Steel Cage match memorable? Well, by jumping off the Steel Cage, of course. So personally, Cody really showed and really demonstrated how powerful Wardlow was in this match and really put him over. And that was one thing that was kind of missing with Wardlow, was that big must-see match, and Cody really gave it to him in this Steel Cage match. The Steel Cage match really sold the desperation between Cody and MJF, because Cody had to beat Wardlow in order for him to get a shot with MJF one-on-one. And that was prior to the 10 lashes that he got. So Cody's last-ditch effort to secure the W was in a spectacular moonsault from the top of the cage, which ended up actually breaking one of his toes. So number 9, the Doctor Will See You Now, Britt Baker's broken nose. So not only did Britt Baker break a lot of people's expectations in 2020, she's personally, in my opinion, the best female performer on the AEW roster today. She's one of the toughest talents today, with not only breaking her nose, but having to deal with a myriad of different types of injuries in 2020. She had already been through a character transformation for back and forth between Tony Schiavone and knocking, Yuki's teeth out. But Britt Baker underwent a nose surgery, if you can say, during her title match with Hikaru Shida. She sold her injury really well, and she legitimized not only the title, but her as a main event player in AEW. So I can talk all day about Britt Baker, but I'm going to leave that for a separate video. Number 8, Miro is the best man. So I am excited for the formerly known Rusev to spread his wings in All Elite Wrestling. I'm looking forward to seeing him front and center shouting Miro Day in 2021 with a large, awesome, full house of fans. Next year could very well be the day or the year for the best man, Miro. Parking lot brawl, Trent's mom. What came as a surprise to everyone was the bout between best friends and Pride and Powerful. Moments that harken back to the Attitude Era, this match was gritty and intense. It was a high-impact, no-frills match that ended up earning a 5-star from Dave Meltzer, which is, take it as you will, Dave Meltzer. In some fans' eyes, this could very well be the best street fight of all time, which is the reason why it ranks number 7 on my list. And Trent's mom flipping off the Inner Circle at the end was absolutely the icing and the perfect end to a great feud. Number 6. So what hasn't been dropped on the heads of wrestlers or TV personalities in wrestling? So I enjoyed the plot twist between the bloodbath concept by bringing in the orange juice into this picture. The facial expressions between Jericho and Ortiz really sold the absurdity of the whole situation of being, pelted and doused with orange juice. I love the dynamic between Chris Jericho's suit constantly being more orange as Dynamite progressed throughout the week. It's tied to the absurdity of the juice bath that just happened, and it kept the Mimosa Mayhem match train rolling. So they not only advertised mimosas, but they also advertised, Orange Cassidy being a funny and interesting what am I talking about? Number 5, Super Wednesday's debate. So after the raucous debates between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, AEW decided to create their own debate, which saw Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho debating one-on-one about stuff. So I was really worried about this debate going into it. I was worried that it would actually expose some of the weaknesses under the mic of Orange Cassidy, but you know, we have Chris Jericho, one of the greatest performers, one of the greatest promo mic men of all time. So I was floored when Orange Cassidy actually roasted Chris Jericho and gave him detailed answers, which actually made everyone at home like completely shocked, because this was one of the first times that we actually saw Orange Cassidy speak. And to top it all off, Eric Bischoff was the person officiating the debate, and this would mark his first time in TNT in, I would say, in over 20 years. So the debate furthered the career of Chris Jericho and legitimized Orange Cassidy as a main event player in AEW, which is why it ranks number 5 on my list. Number 4, Hardy and Omega run down Sammy Guevara. So this match was a precursor to the Stadium Stampede match, and it helped highlight Sammy's athleticism in this match. The whole match had that kind of zany Matt Hardy broken vibe, where he would go into freezers, where they would throw Ortiz and Santana into freezers, and he would come out, you know, or he would get thrown into freezers, and he would come out as a different character, as Damascus, or whatever. So this whole match had that zany, cartoony vibe that Matt Hardy is known for. And to mix with it, you have Kenny Omega, who is a high-risk, high spot taker with his spectacular athleticism and excellent, you know, move arsenal that he has in his, you know, in his noggin. He was able to make a really awesome match with the Inner Circle that really helped highlight and kind of demonstrate what you can do in a, you know, post, a current, a weird, no crowd environment. Alright, number 3, Orange Cassidy versus Pac at AEW Revolution. So before this match even started, a lot of the internet trolls were bashing on the limited capacity of Orange Cassidy's gimmick. They were saying that his gimmick had a ceiling, but that was not the case. A quick Google search will show you that Orange Cassidy is actually well-versed. He's a very well-versed wrestler. He has a lot of stuff in his arsenal, and his comedic character is not specifically tied to his wrestling limitations. So that's one of the reasons why I was so excited to see him actually go one-on-one with someone like Pac, who is, you know, Pac is a world traveler. He has so much experience under his belt. So if there was anyone that could showcase the raw, you know, latent talent that Orange Cassidy possessed, it was Pac. So Pac is an excellent worker, and he was able to bring out the best out of Orange Cassidy. And honestly, this was one of the biggest sleeper matches in the whole show at Revolution. And it personally was my favorite match of the night. This match not only solidified Orange Cassidy as a main event player, but it also kind of helped push him forward in an era where a lot of people were kind of hesitant. A lot of professional wrestlers, even some of the fans, the ability of Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy, you know, I became a fan of him at Double or Nothing, and you know, the live pops that he gets, those are not flukes. Those pops are going to continue. Hey Google, stop. Those pops are going to continue. Sorry about Google. Anyways. But I love Orange Cassidy. A quick Google search will show you that this match is actually the first, you know, it's the top viewed video in AEW's channel. So I'm looking forward to seeing more one-on-one matches with Orange Cassidy, and he's had some awesome matches this year. To say that Orange Cassidy is limited to his gimmick is not giving enough credit. He is well more than just his gimmick. He's also an excellent wrestler to boot, and this match kind of showed that he has everything. So this match kind of showed that he had the total package, and he was ready to move forward in his career. And he did. He fought Chris Jericho all throughout 2020, and it showed in this match. And I mean, they trusted him. So that's why it ranks number 3 on my list. Number 2, Stadium Stampede. So this match was the craziest thing AEW has ever put together. It was by far the most jam-packed, filled, shocking match that AEW could ever combine into a match. It had Chris Jericho doing the Judas effect to the Jaguar mascot. It also had Hangman Page riding a horse and looking for some beverages. It had Matt Hardy being reincarnated. It had Santana and Ortiz being locked into a freezer. It had a one-winged angel from like a 20-foot drop that Sammy had to take. It was insanity. And it had that Civil War, Avengers Civil War feel, which was so cool to watch all the wrestlers kind of line up and just charge them together. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Also, I don't think I've ever seen a football match kind of like a arena where wrestlers fought in a football arena like that. So just seeing that put together was so fun to see, and I want to see more stuff like that, and I hope I see more stuff like that in the future in AEW. I'm excited to see what other stuff they do in other future venues. Maybe they can do something in, I don't know, a water park. That would be kind of cool. So one of the biggest AEW shows that was ever put together was Winter is Coming, and it featured it accumulated to one of the biggest revivals in AEW history. So not only did this create buzz around the wrestling world, but it also created a buzz outside the wrestling world. As soon as Sting's music hit, the speculation started going. And as soon as you saw that crow, you knew that Sting is here. So I marked out, I knew exactly, like as soon as I saw the crow, I was like, it's Sting. It has to be Sting. And the debut was so popular that non-wrestling websites started talking about it. And it was actually trending on Twitter till like 3 a.m. That's why wrestling is so awesome, because even things like that can trend outside of the wrestling sphere and become so popular, which is the reason why it ranks number 1 on my list. So not only is Sting an icon, he is the legend of TNT, which marked a historic return to his original stomping grounds in TNT. He is a legend in the business, and I'm excited to see a younger audience kind of discover him for the very first time in a proper way. Because I felt like when he was in WWE, he didn't really get a fair shot. And now that he's in AEW, he'll be able to have his own stakes and also his own say on what happens in his storylines. So basically, that's everything. This video was kind of like a mishmash of a lot of different things, and I'm sure I missed some awesome moments, and I'm probably going to make a separate video about some of the honorable moments of 2020. If you guys liked what you saw today, please leave a comment and tell me some of your personal moments. I really want to talk to more wrestling fans, and this YouTube channel is kind of a way for me to talk to more wrestling fans and kind of like open up to the community. So please leave a comment below about your top 10 most shocking moments in AEW.